I don't kill stuff. I'm like the person that's like, we're at a party and like there's a spider and everybody wants to kill it and I get the cup and I'm like, no! I'm gonna wait for everybody to find their seat. You guys know we're doing a Q&A, right? You know this is what happens now. I don't have to like introduce this part and be all weird and awkward. Yeah. Okay, nice. Already answered that. Someone said, can you perform You Know What's Up tonight? I can't make any adjustments to the set list because we like rehearse it and it's all like put into play. I've never sang that song ever. That was just for SoundCloud. That's just what it was. Thank you. That's my hairstylist. What's your ideal? This is a 3-part question from Jennifer. I don't know where you at, Jennifer. This is a lot of questions. What's your ideal first date? I'm really easy, and I haven't been on too many dates, like planned actually, like this is on purpose a date. It was like we just hanging out and that's just happened to be the vibes. Something simple, I'm not extravagant. What qualities do you look for in a person to date? None, I don't believe in it anymore. Do you have any icks from fans or partners? Both of them? For fans? I think when people are mean about other artists to me, like I'm gonna agree. You know, like it doesn't happen too often, but like there's been times in the past where I think I've done a good job over the years of like carving out my own little pocket bubble of like my lane. But when it was this era where like it was really competitive and people used to compare me all the time, people would come up to me and be like, yeah, because fuck that girl in this space or that artist or your song was better. Every time I run out, I like give it to my assistant and I'm like, another one. I don't know what that shit is. It's not Dior. It's not nothing like designer. It's not. It's... Oh, and from Trader Joe's and Whole Foods got this oil that's just amber paste. And I love that shit. It kind of smells similar to what I wear. So, you know, go to Whole Foods. On It Was Good Until It Wasn't, you have a track called Open Passionate, and at the end you play half of Passionate. Is that ever going to be released? That was all that was of Passionate. That was like, that's the whole Passionate. This like little interlude he was just fucking around with, and I'm like, I like that, so I'm gonna take that, I'm just gonna smack that on the end of that, and it became what it was. What's one question you wish you got asked in interviews or Q&As, and what would your answer be? I don't know. But when we meet new people and it'd be a whole table of people, we always ask everybody if they were a sandwich, what kind of sandwich would they be? But it's a really good icebreaker question, and y'all should use it on people, but it can't be a sandwich that they just like. It has to really be their energy. My answer's long-winded, so I'm not gonna say it. But you know, take that, put it in your pocket, use it at dinner parties, okay? What sandwich? I feel like I'm a lox bagel. Yeah, I feel like I'm a lox bagel, but like on an everything bagel with like capers and like, I give a lox bagel. Yes, I was right. How does your self-love feel, and what's some advice through your journey for women who struggle with self-worth, and why is it so important? I don't know how to answer that first part, but I feel like I went through periods of time really believing the statement that you have to love yourself before you love other people, and then I neglected that and was like, no, you can love other people without loving yourself. But now I'm really back at like square one of like, you really do have to love yourself before you love anybody else, or else you won't know what to accept or how to give it. You just won't have a relationship to love as a concept and as a whole if you can't apply it to yourself. But the peak success you imagined for yourself in the beginning, I'm gonna be so real, like I never imagined anything for myself, and that's kind of what keeps me excited about my career after going for so long, is I just never had expectations. So anything that happens, I'm just like, that's cool. I reached my definition of success when I retired my mother and when I was able to pay my family's expenses and bills, and when I'm able to have a daughter that I provide for. So like that was all my definition of success. It was never like play this venue or win anything or get nominated for something or something be titled, you know, it gets ranked something, whatever. It was never about that. It was like, I like seaweed a lot. I'll tell you what, I'm gluten-free, but them Uncrustables on that tour bus be whooping my ass. It'd be after the show and it's like me by myself looking at the freezer like, strawberry or something else crazy. Have you received any updates from the designer behind the creation of the Next to You shirts? Yeah, actually the last shipment just went out. So you guys should have them if you bought them. They're safe. Yeah, they're safe. You're asking specifically about the people. Yeah, they're safe. They just made it really hard to get fabric in and out of that area. Like they withheld fabric, so they on the way, and then people are safe, yes. What are my favorite snacks? Ha ha ha. I had to switch my snacks up recently. I'm allergic to gluten. So that eliminated.
My daughter made you and your daughter one.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love you, girl. I love you more, girl.